All right, all right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is for YouTube. This is Pastordowell. Of course, I have to make this video real quick because, we have some devils out there that's trying to do all type of damage. And his name is Eric Gonzalez. He's trying to do all type of damage. First of all, to the people of the Most High out there. I want y'all to remember something. There are two sides to every story, two sides. And there is a reason why that his family chooses not to have anything to do with him. You don't need to know all the history and stuff. He may choose to disclose his side of it, but the family here has a little bit more honor and integrity than that. And so with that said, we don't live, at least us Hebrews, in a system of bribery. We don't function like that. We don't do like that. But I'll tell you one thing, it's pretty sad that when a father agrees to that he can't rejoice in a daughter which is the most wonderful time of her life. I mean, a young damsel is getting ready to get betrothed, get married. And you mean to tell me that we're so bitter, we have so much sour grapes, and we're so vindictive and angry and mad simply because your wife rejects you based on your past? I don't blame any woman. No woman, and that's the reason why I keep telling you in the Hebrew faith, people have the right, to let the oppressed go free. Most people are totally inept to answer marriage and divorce and remarriage questions because they don't know the Torah, they don't know the scriptures. But a woman has a right to not be verbally abused, physically abused, abandoned, deserted, and left. Just totally left. When you come across the truth and stuff, and since the Most High does let the oppressed go free, we thank Yah for the freedom of our sisters. But anyway, we're rejoicing. But my advice to many of you people out there, if you choose to tour around and play around in the arena, because the one thing about devils is, if you ever notice, devils just don't go away, okay, because they're too busy being a devil, if you understand what I mean. They just don't go away. They ain't going to go away. But, at least one thing about it, he gets an opportunity to monetarily support his family since he hadn't been doing that before. Sometimes you got to use the law of the land to make him to do the things and that's a sad, sad thing, to make people do what they should have been doing all this time rather than abandon them and deserting them. But, you're not going to ever hear that side of the story. Usually when people are hurt and feelings and emotions and stuff, you know what they usually do? They play victim. And then they try to get everybody else who is emotionally inclined, who doesn't know all the facts. And there's no need for you to know all the facts. But doesn't know all the facts and stuff. They try to garner favor with you in order to get you over to their side and perspective and stuff. And it's sad. It's almost even sad that we have to do this. But I promise you one thing about this, though. In reference to this situation, we're going to turn the page and move on. We're going to let the system go ahead and run its course, what it needs to do. And we don't have time for gymnastics, circus, and sideshows and stuff. But I will say this. If you're a part of the fellowship, any way, shape, fashion, or form, whether you be a straight way or abroad, and if you choose to continue to respond, fellowship, and react to somebody who we have solely rejected, because the Bible teaches after first and second admonition, you reject. The Bible talks about people who are heretics and who are infidels. And those are those who don't even provide for their own house. And especially when your character and nature is in deep, sincere question and stuff, the last thing we need to be doing is out there trying to, get people to try to see what we call our side of the story. You can't do nothing with a schizophrenic mindset. That's just a fact. But if you people out there choose to continue to keep fellowshipping with him, have fellowship, I'm going to tell you this. Pastordowell's not going to draw a line in the sand. I'm drawing a line in the concrete. If I personally hear that you're fellowshipping with him and it gets back to me and stuff, you're going to stay over there with him. Because the one thing about it, these so-called appointed and self-anointed preachers and teachers and so-called elders who try to put themselves in the seat of Moses, the Most High God hadn't called them. Remember what the acid test of the word says is, by their fruit you shall know them. And you need to know people by their fruit. But anyway, we're ecstatic and elated and excited for Brother Mitchell and Sister Erica. We really, truly excited for their betrothal. And we want you to be excited for them as well. And for that, we're going to turn the page on this, close the book on this particular chapter right here, and go forth in power and authority and strength. But Pastordowell means what he says. I guarantee it. You're not going to be a part of the fellowship here, toying around and eating off other tables and bringing slander, deceit, gossip, talebearing, lying, and every other treacherous way over into this, because myself and the elders are set for the defense of the gospel. We're set for the defense of the people. As a pastor, I fully embrace it, and I accept it that people are going to misrepresent me. They're going to lie on me. They're going to do everything they can to tear me down. But the one thing you cannot argue against is fruit. You can't argue against my fruit. You can't argue against what you see being produced. Let's see if some of these other people can put their life out here on display, and let's see what they're all about. That way you can make an adjustment. But it's amazing how a lot of these people who do this so-called attacking and stuff, it's amazing how you know nothing about them. But yet and still, they sit in Moses' seat as if they're judges. And of course, since their judgment don't mean nothing to us, because they're not even part of the fellowship. They're not even part of Israel, as far as we're concerned. But hey, we're doing good. We're being happy, and we're moving on. The reason why I'm making this video is because I know a lot of you people of unsuspecting minds and stuff, most of us still operating after Gentile mentality. You need to understand. You need to reserve your spirituality. There's always been men that rise up, speak evil, in order to draw you away. That's the whole idea, to draw you away. And some of you have been drawn away, Charles Asareka. So you're going to have to understand something, sir. And this is what you need to understand. This ain't Christianity 101. And this not, if I tell you something, brother, and if you're going to be a part of this ministry, you need to actually act like you're a part of it. And so since you couldn't display that type of character and attitude, and you chose to actually go that way, don't try to come over here and so-called fellowship with us or want to get in my face. You wait till I'll get a clearance to see if I want to accept you back in the fellowship, because we can't have a strong Israelite community with weak men. It's impossible. So you let me pray, let me get a clearance, let me get my heart right if there's something wrong with it before I decide to actually choose to accept you back into our fellowship, because we're not playing games with this. It's amazing. Vagabond Jews are people who church hop, who always go around from one place to another. And I told you, if somebody leaves something, have you ever known anybody to leave anything and ever have anything good to say about it? I've never in my life. So those of you that are Israelites, don't worry. Be happy. I feel like maybe singing my song again. But I had the children tell me, please don't sing, Pastor. Now, I can actually sing when I want to, different ways and stuff. But, I have to try to bring some joy in the midst of all of this chaos right here. But anyway, I don't have time for Facebooking. I'm finna go book out here and get to work again as I normally do. That's where these hands come from. These are working hands right here. We don't have, that's where all these calluses and everything come from. We don't have time to sit behind no computer and stuff and gossip and slander and talebearing and backbite. I got work to do. And that's what a lot of you men should be doing. Instead of having all this time on your hand, you should be out there getting some work done. And that's the truth. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. King's coming. I'll see y'all later, all right? Have a good day.